Oh, I'm Eagle. Eagle Gardens. Eagle Gardens 1. Of course, that's Smiley's Gardens right there. Welcome to 726. Of course, this is a Weed Nerd World. How you doing, Mr. Smiley?
It is 726 at 226. That's pretty
Mhm.
crazy.
Number. See, it's catchy. See, you joke, but I can see you catching it a little bit.
It's all about the numbers, man. Geometry.
It is. It
Some of that shit does get pretty crazy about the geometry, and you know, when you start diving into that whole wormhole about like sacred geometries and shit like that, it's like, holy fuck.
it gets pretty deep, that's for sure. Especially when you start looking into, like, say, the way the pyramids are and shit. You know, the actually the speed of light is figured into like the width of the pyramids and stuff like that. And there's weird how just little coincidence and numbers and all kinds of shit pop up. What's I gonna say? Oh, all right. I'll tell you a little bit of what my stupidity is. I'm not afraid to actually share the stupidity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I seen obviously that you caught the video there on the one Instagram of the military press. So right before I did the Instagram thing uh in the gym tonight, I was like right before I loaded up that machine, and I did the same thing before I loaded this machine. I went to pull the plates off, and there's a smaller plate there. And first, I was like, I pulled him out and I stopped at the edge. I'm like, oh, you almost dropped that fucking 10-pounder on your foot. You know, just like, nah, yeah. So I do that and I fucking load up the next machine. And then I go to load up the military press machine. And there it does from about 4 feet up. I fucking dropped that 10-pounder right on the top of my foot. And fucking just kind of like walked around the gym real fast for a few minutes trying to get some blood in there. Just oh god. But yeah, now I've got like fucking about a half a baseball on the top of my foot and shit. Not quite bad that bad, but it's it's swole. It's definitely swole.
The head hurts so bad. I seen a video, a reel or whatever, and this dude was like doing a push up with a fucking like, well, I don't know the weights or whatever the size, but it had to be a good 40-pound one or whatever. It was a pretty good size circle. And he's doing a push up, and that thing slides off, fucking lands right on his finger, dude. And he ends the thing with his finger all like, yeah, I gotta end this reel. Like, holy shit. It just turns your stomach to watch it, man. Like, oh.
Well, that's kind of I was actually waiting for something similar to kind of end my reel like that because like I said, I did that right before. And then I actually was set a new limit for myself today on the military press, 410 pounds plus that machine. And so I just done that right prior to firing up that camera. So I walked it off and I had the machine already set up. And I was like, oh, and I walked it off. And I hit that fucking that start button and I walked up to the machine. I thought, watch my foot give out mid video. Ah, fuck. Then I'll have it to fucking watch it. Shit.
Right?
Uh, yeah. Luckily, that's not the way it worked out, though.
That's good, man. I didn't smash my foot or nothing today.
That's a good thing.
Fuck, I forgot my. Sorry. I just realized I forgot my drill. I've been like the last 3 days. It's out of the barn. I keep. Fuck, I gotta bring it. And then I never think of it until I'm like sitting back down. And I'm like, oh shit, I forgot that fucking thing. So I'm going on 3 days now of forgetting this fucking
I
thing.
hate when I forget shit like that. And you get there and you're like, oh, I did that just at the gym yesterday, I think it was. I've got this like little slide little thing. It's probably supposed to go on your keychain, but I don't put it on there. Little fucking thing you swipe. And I usually keep it in my gym bag, and then fucking for one reason or another, it ended up right here on my desk. Then I went to the gym yesterday and I walked all the way up to the door. Fuck. Right back to the truck. Right back into the office. Suck.
I took off actually to work tonight and fucking forgot my keys. I got 10 minutes down the road. I'm like, turn around and get my keys. At least I realized it before I got a good 50 minute to an hour drive, you know.
Yeah, that's not like around the corner or nothing. At least my fucking Bob thing was only like a few minutes. It was no 50 minutes. It's
It's a sickening feeling if you get out there without my keys. It is what it is, though.
and it was fucking windy as fuck up here in Michigan today.
Yeah, we've had a few nice days, man. I got my outdoor one. I'm sitting out there wet, and like, I wanted to get another week yet, but I don't know I didn't look at the weather. Is it supposed to be decent for another week?
Yeah, it's supposed to spring back up. There's only 1 or 2 days with nice little cold spot. It's supposed to shoot right back up.
We can stretch this. Get it to Thanksgiving. Just kidding.
You headed down to Jones this weekend?
Yeah, that's the plan anyway.
Nice. Which day you going? I'm thinking about heading down there Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday. I didn't realize it was all weekend or whatever, but
Yeah, I was looking at the temps. I'm like, I don't know about camping.
right.
Looking like 40 or some shit like that.
Yeah, place one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a big party last time.
It was a pretty good time. Every time I've been there, fucking for the weekend or the night, it's been a good time, man. They fuckers party. I mean, you could probably party all night long. I mean, if you wanted to wander around, make some friends, without a doubt, you could have fun all night long.
Uh,
Fuck, they're at the. I don't know. It's a second time that I've been there for the night, and like fucking 2 o'clock in the morning, laser lights shooting up in the sky, and it's you would think that it's big clouds, right? You know
yeah,
what I mean? It's not. It's literally somebody that's camping there and they have their own like laser light show, obviously like studio quality like sound because it's like a fucking rave. Like at the end of the campground, it's just like you hear fucking people fucking yelling, laser lights going up in the sky, like I've had every night, both nights. I'm like, we should wander down there. There's
yeah,
definitely fun to be had down there. Well, the last time, man, I don't even know what the fuck was going on, man. There was like 4 or 5 o'clock. It was yeah, straight up. It sounded like they were playing tag or something to that effect. It was loud. Fuck, yeah, definitely a good time. One of these times when I'm down there, I'm gonna make friends with people with the lights.
yeah. You can tell it ain't their first rodeo if they brought their own laser light show.
No, I just keep like picturing like a semi trailer like pulling up and just like
That'd be badass.
yeah, pull up
Dude,
just like psychedelic toys and shit, just lights, whatever you need.
yeah, you get enough money, man, you can make them trailers, whatever. The race trailers and shit that guys have, it's fucking nuts.
Yeah, that fuck man. Kush or Kazoo fucking just sent me. a DM the other day, and I wish I had that kind of money to just fucking snap on something like that. And the price was like for what it was like, holy shit. It was 10 grand. It was a bid. It was an auction. It was a semi that had it was just pretty much the tractor trailer itself. Yeah, it had a full audio booth or audio studio, a full kitchen, and the semi itself. So it was like basically everything I needed. You know what I mean, to do my like
Yeah,
cross country fucking thing. The guy had sank like 500,000 into it with the studio and the kitchen and shit, and it was like 13,000 miles. Actually, I driven miles on the thing.
yeah.
Starting auction price was 10G.
Dude, that's a hell of a price on that.
I know it. I know.
It's cool though. So you didn't win
I wish.
it?
Yes, that'd be the perfect thing, man. I would. That'd be fun.
You have to
I'm.
let it up, screaming ego.
I, more I think about it, more I would. I think I would really enjoy just kind of floating
Kind of what?
around, at least for a minute. Just kind of floating around, just kind of driving around, do the show, and fucking
Be a drifter.
do a little fucking gypsy for a minute. Yeah.
Forrest Gump it and walk, start running.
I don't mean to keep beating up this fucking mic. What's up, Can Trooper?
Make it across country.
Yeah. Just see this like cannabis sites, festivals, all that shit.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Man, I better have a lighter right here. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Yeah, I should have some ice on this foot, man. It is literally like robbing.
Dude, yeah, you don't think it broke?
Oh, it's quite the knot on top of my foot for sure.
Oh, there's
Oh,
so many little bones in your feet too, and like, fuck shit up.
like 26 or something like that, ain't there?
Uh,
There is quite a few. At one point, I know I've on the other foot there. I've told the jackhammer story, the back to back. You know, the first day I kind of jackhammered it, and the
yeah,
second day that it just kind of fell and just fucking. I think it was 7 bones in that foot that were just completely shattered, and then a couple more with fractures in them from that bullshit.
very much they can do for feet, right?
Mm-mm. No, put you in a cast so you're not bending it. You're on your own from there, man. This blue lime pie. This is actually, even though you have passed some on to my daughter, Miss Lexi. Miss Lexi kept that shit guarded like she was fighting over the blue lime pie.
Yeah,
Oh, she never. I think at one point she rolled a joint to like share with everybody. But other than that, it was she was bowling it. Just a little bit of bowl here, a little bowl there. So I've smoked the blue lime, with you a few times, but I've never sat here and just kind of burned one along myself. But that shit's like very uh calming. You know what I mean? It's put you on that even keel. Just kind of good mood weed. I think just kind of put you in that even nice place.
yeah, it can be giggly weed too sometimes.
Nice. I need to double up and push through. See if I can't make it to that giggly phase.
Yeah, it's definitely it's such a unique flavor for me anyway. I don't know. It's got a lot of depth to it.
Yeah, I fucking passed some of that along. Cheers, Canna Trooper. To a friend of mine that's kind of high strung. He hit me up today. He was like, I really like that blue line pie. Kept me all calm all day. That's good. That's the way it should be.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, Canna. How you doing today?
Doing all right, man. Just I'm actually just waking up. Just like went to bed early and everything. So
Can you guys hear the typing?
Best part of waking up.
you say hear you typing?
Yeah.
Well, I did there, but no, not before.
I'm still getting to feel out this mic and what it can fucking hear and what it can't do.
Okay. Yeah, man. My keyboard's like one of those like retro ones. It's extra clicky. I like those. Anytime I'm like on the phone with someone and they hear my keyboard, they're like, "You have a typewriter?"
Well, it doesn't help that I have the keyboard like directly under the mic either. So you think about changing it or moving that thing. So what's up for today, Kana? What do you got going on this? Well, it's Friday now, isn't it? Holy fuck!
Oh, this is kind of like a stand down day for me. I was out at an oil spill all week, so it was interesting. It wasn't like hard work. It was just like you're out in the sun all day. So it took a lot. Like it just drained me a little bit energy wise, is all. But I don't know. I just needed to like rest and everything. I went to bed early after I got back in town because I had to drive back in town. Was it yesterday morning? And then was running around dropping samples off to FedEx and making sure that the lab got got them and the results are which samples they're gonna hold and which ones they're gonna test, all that type of shit.
That's big.
Yeah, fun week. I smelled like crude oil all week actually.
Oh man, that's gonna suck.
Yeah, and when I would open up some of the wells, when you take the cap off, they're like under pressure a little bit, so you gotta sit there and you gotta pull, and they go thump, like as you take the thing out, and then you hear the suction. All of a sudden, you got like this gasoline smell on your face, and you're just like, oh, it's very, very unpleasant.
How's it going, buddy?
Good. Hi, Smiley. Hi, Eagle. Hi, Canna.
What up?
Finally Friday, huh?
Friday.
Any concerts this weekend, buddy?
Yeah. I listened to Billy Strings. He was in Texas tonight at Austin at what's that famous bar there? I forget the name of it. Something with an S. But yeah, it was a good show earlier. This weekend? No. Couple weeks, then there's shows. The 13th through the 15th in the Bay Area, and then 23rd through the 26th down south.
Nice.
Yeah.
Your seeds germinated, Kushmaster?
No, man, those motherfuckers still ain't come up.
Really?
Yeah, I put some fumies about 3 days ago. They cracked, but they didn't come up. But some of our majors did. Yeah, I don't know what's happened, but yeah, I'm only just doing 3 at a time of each genetic, so I don't fucking hell, you motherfucker. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, man. You're just rubbing it in my face,
What have you
bud.
tried? What do you think?
What I think went wrong, I don't know, man. I don't know. I got no idea. The last batch I got 11 out of 13, and I'm doing the exact same composition, same everything, and none
We're just not
germinated.
they were getting taproot and dying off.
I don't know, man. I don't know. They cracked. Like I did a 12-hour soak. They cracked, and then I put them straight in cocoa. Pre-soaked the cocoa. The water was fucking tempered. It wasn't ice cold. I sprayed them on the top. I didn't water them, to disrupt it and push it down. I've been doing it fucking 18 years, man.
Yeah, no,
I
that's what I'm
just
wondering.
I just don't have a lot of experience with seeds. The temps are between 80 to 84 degrees. Yeah, last time they were good, and the lights, in the 6 hours lights off is when they were stunting. So this time I've fucking kept the lights on 24 hours. It's in my bedroom. The temps are between 80, 81 and 86 maximum, but generally about 84 Fahrenheit with LED, and a HPS to alter to keep the temp up. Turn it off when it gets the temp. Always getting sprayed. They've never dried out, Cloning, bro. Cloning. Uncle Trip is no joke. I'm not fucking saying a word of a lie. 100 rooted clones a week. 100%. Like 99.8% is probably the lowest number I get. No cloning gel. Straight into peat pucks. I don't know the fuck is going on with this bean shit, man. It's meant to be the easiest part, but I'll figure it out. It's all good. I think a lot is probably mental too,
Yeah,
I
no,
think
that's what I
I'm
was
putting off
asking.
fucking energies and shit.
I
Yeah.
realized you got experience or whatever. That's why I was just kind of wondering what you thought might have happened.
And the funny thing is, Smiley, is like when Uncle Trip does a fucking bubble run, he'll throw the bubble run out there, and there might be a bean that'll pop out in the backyard just from in the bubble, There might have been one rogue seed in there, and he'll pop out there in fucking 50-degree Fahrenheit at night, degree cold temps, and he'll still. And I'm like, why the fuck are you germinating in there? You can't. Fucking.
That's the one you got to
Doesn't get
move in the
wet out
soil,
there.
man. That's the one you got to
Yeah.
move in the soil. It's ready to live. It's trying to, man.
So yeah, Uncle Trip's just going to wait till springtime, which is about another 4 or 5 weeks, where the nights don't drop as much, and generally that time you can just throw them outside in a pot and they'll fucking germinate. I've always been successful at that. That's how I always do it. Actually, I just never fuck with them.
You were just trying to get them early or something.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but should be good. We still got plenty. Uncle Trip started of majors. So we're looking forward to that brandy wine and hot rod by Dungeon Vault. Oh, mama.
Nice.
Welcome, kitty kitty.
Hey. Smiley didn't hear it last time.
He's got his soundboard. You know that's.
He's gonna get
You had
canceled.
to load that one, or did that come with the soundboard?
That came with it.
Yeah. All right. I was gonna say, where the fuck did you find that?
That was Eagle's balloon of nitrous that he sucked on.
Hello, kitty kitty.
Do you have to get a balloon full of helium with that one, or what? Fucking.
Yeah, that's a starter pack.
There's always this one. This one's
Better.
Is that like a
Witness
voice
protection?
effect on you?
What's that?
That was like a voice effect on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the witness protection one, where like show them in the fuzzy face.
That's the Wizard of Oz and shit, man. When I first logged in, he had fucking some kind of reverb and shit happening. He sounded like he was a rock star at a fucking stage.
You have auto tune?
Actually, I think it does.
Sing some songs, dude.
Check
Go
one,
ahead.
check two, check
Auto
three.
tune.
I like the B sound. Add a little tones to each one. Yeah, I haven't played with it all yet.
You can like program the buttons too, right? It would be different shit.
No, this one didn't come with any programming bullshit. That's what I was kind of bitching about yesterday. It's like the cheap model. It reflects, but whatever. I guess it's better to see if you like something cheap than necessarily dive in. But now I can see that I'd like to dive in a little bit.
Yeah. We lost Canna Trooper. Shit.
We did. We say hi to Green Fingers? Oh yeah, I did. Hey kitty kitty. I forgot.
Kitty kitty.
Lines.
It's funny. Yo,
I'm sure they're gonna be all messed up, bro. Your soundboard's gonna interfere with everything.
I broke down, bought a coffee maker again. I have been slammed.
Coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were all into the French press style or whatever it was.
Yeah, I am, but just regular coffee is good for now.
Down and dirty.
Yeah. Grabbed a fucking armful of coffee from Pete's house while I was there. That girl, she works at Starbucks. And it's been a while since I've got my. It goes directly to me, by the way. She gets a free bag of coffee every week from Starbucks, and she always saves them for her dad. And I actually looked at it when I hadn't seen it. It'd been forever since I actually snagged some up. She had like a whole fucking shelf of like
Of what coffee?
yeah, all different flavors and shit. So I grabbed a fucking, I don't know, about 10 bags, 10 pounds of fucking coffee and shit. Grabbed the coffee grinder. Went and grabbed a new fucking coffee machine.
Set up.
Is it bad? Is 5 pots bad in like 2 days?
No.
You can have like another 24-hour. Yeah,
Been nice though. Having some coffee.
as long as you got shit done.
It's kind of nice because I just kind of gave it up cold turkey there for a couple of months, and drinking it again was like weird. It was kind of a good like almost tolerance break because I was drinking so much of that shit at one point. It was no effect. Drink that shit
Yeah.
right till the time I went to bed.
And now what? You get wide when you drink it, Eagle? Or
Yeah, it's definitely
You feel
gonna
it?
take spring in the old step the last few days. That's for sure.
oh yeah, that's cool.
Way bigger impact than the Arizona RX teas. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
It's new, man.
I don't know if I could go a day without coffee. God.
There's a full moon coming up.
What day?
See,
I should start my seeds in. What day, Smiley? We're going for it.
I didn't look what day, but I just noticed tonight that it was getting pretty full. I'm like, oh.
Cushmaster, did you have a crystal in your pocket when you did this?
No,
About a
No.
mag.
I don't need.
a mag.
I don't need any crystals.
Well, go get Chris. That's why you're. Oh my God, crystals in your soil, and then you'll have no problem. Bro. All the sprouts will sprout
Yeah.
up without you even planting them. Your bags have sprouts popping out of them.
All right.
Fuck! I didn't even put water on these. They're all sprouts.
What
Holy
sort? What sort of crystal do I need? I'm gonna fucking
You
get the
can.
green
Doesn't
fingers
even matter.
blessing.
You gotta. You could freaking make one out of plastic and just believe that it's a crystal and that it'll work, and it'll work. Just the intent. Yeah.
Al had to jump in because he's going to tell you how to put the magnet in the water. So that when you water it,
Oh shit. Go ahead, Tara. Cheers.
What's up, everybody?
so
Hey, man.
Hi, Cal.
Yeah.
that crystals too many times.
They get any entry
I
there.
almost said it twice. Third time's the charm.
Yeah, can you find crystals in your backyard, green fingers?
I can, but yeah. Cushmasters didn't need them.
I just got kangaroos, bro. That's all I got here.
You can
I
find
wonder if
opal.
kangaroo shit is good for the compost pile.
Hey, I'm already trademarking that towel. Back the fuck up, brother. Don't be stepping on my toes, son.
What you calling it, Roo-poo?
Man, bring a shovel. Come over here. We can be partners. Bring your own shovel and a bucket.
Yo, you know what's really shitty? The fucking so Biden says he's going to release all the federal prisoners with only marijuana possession charges, right? So I Googled it. You know how many people they say are in there for only marijuana possession charges?
600 or 6,000.
150 people, it said.
I thought it was only
Yeah.
6 there. Now it's only less. Now it's way less than it was before. Yeah.
That's what it
Well,
said
most
on the.
people
It
have
said
other
650
charges than just
before.
the weed. They have weed with guns or weed
Or-
with coke or
or
weed
pos-
with this.
Possession
Technically.
with intent to traffic, they ain't getting out. He just said simple possession charges. So it's like a big scam.
Well,
you know-
he said to do a study on it. He's not like he's
Oh,
asking
he
them
didn't even
to
already
do it.
Oh, all right. I thought,
Don't the tricky dicky talk up there, dude. Not that
Yeah.
you just suggest and yeah, the one they're throwing this out there, but please understand that if they take it off Schedule 1, it'll go to Schedule 2.
2, and then the FDA will be up your butt.
Okay, well, if you think cannabis regulation and laws are fucked up now,
Right.
welcome to the FDA. Okay,
Right. Yep.
right.
That's why you just stay in the freaking corner in your lane, in the shadows,
Well,
and
it's
do what
too
you
late.
gotta do.
It's too late. They started the race and they're running down the back stretch right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Grow your own cannabis, people.
And don't tell anyone. Still don't tell anyone.
Yeah,
Even
Shit.
more
we'll get back to
than
that
before.
eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, one state in the East that I saw just adopted new law, or I guess their home grow is 2 plants, like 2. It said it right in the thing, 2 plants. I thought, like, wait, let's just call it 0 because
Right.
2 is might as well be 0. Like, how ridiculous is that? Like, that sounds pretty ridiculous. And whose idea was that?
Yeah. Who comes up with the numbers too? That's another
I
thing.
mean, 6 is low, but like that seems to be what most states land on. How did this state decide 2?
Well, Eagle, can you make it sound? Does that have like voice changer? You could sound like a British woman.
Hello, Governor.
No British.
What I'm
woman.
gonna do?
That would be cool.
Yeah. It's got it. Well, I haven't even figured out all of them yet, but no British woman. I can assure you.
Yeah, my buddy, he changed his GPS from the chick to a British dude. I'm like, dude, why don't you got the chick? He's like, we don't take directions from chicks. Yeah.
What a wanker.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I fucking take direction. That's so
So
funny.
yeah, everybody harvested or what? And we had 3 days of pretty good rain here. I had that little baby plant outside my door, and it's still happy as fuck. But it's done, man. I can probably take it either tomorrow morning or the next morning.
I harvested the outdoor, like 3/4 of them. I left, I think, 4 that I think needed more time. But yeah, I took down the straw nana crosses and
Papaya runs crosses today.
Sucks, Tao, because I can still see mine filling in. So I'm like, I don't know, man.
Let them fill in, man. If they ain't,
Yeah.
yeah, if they're all green, even if it rains, dude, let them sit if it rains, because it was like 3 days straight here. They were wet for 3 days. Well, it was only one. I only got one, and it is little, so it was still whatever it was, man. It's totally green up and down. There's not a speck of mold on it. Knock on wood. Well, it doesn't even matter. I'm gonna do it probably tomorrow morning. But went out there and yeah, looked it over. Good. It's there.
That's cool. Yeah, no, it's doing good, man. She's cruising along. I haven't seen any signs of nothing crazy.
Oh, and yeah, poor Cheddar Bob. Did you hear his
Yeah, that's bullshit.
yeah, dude.
Fucking rippers suck, dude.
You know, yeah.
Did they get all of them? I just seen
No, they took the biggest one, he said, and that was like the one that wasn't, it still had a couple weeks at least to get done. So he kind of like, yeah, he was pissed though. It was the biggest one, you know, that's what the fucking crackheads would take, the biggest one, thinking whatever, you know. But I was kept writing in chat, man. Bang some 2 or 3 inch nails through some pieces of plywood, leave that shit up, you know, nails facing up, and invite him back to come take more, man. And the guy in town that's fucking limping or fucking whatever, you know who the motherfucker is.
Ooh.
Oh, the guy stuck in your yard screaming for help.
Right?
Like, I'll help you in the morning, bro.
I was thinking bear traps, man. Fucking
Yeah, you can say that they're bear traps because it is illegal to make booby traps, but it's not illegal to make a bear trap. So I defend myself from the bears that I saw 2 nights before. So
right, that's a good idea.
You can spray paint bear trap on it, or bear, like put like just make it look like you tried. Put a reflector on the back end. Be like, I had a reflector on it, even though it's on the wrong side.
Yeah, that sucks though, man. It's a lot of work and shit. You think they could at least like have left some of them?
I tell everyone, man, if I'm walking through the woods and I find somebody's patch, I'll take like maybe 10%. I'll take a little and I'll leave a note. I'm like, dude, man, I found your plants. I won't come back for more. But I took a taster, thanks, and be grateful I didn't take it all.
Right? I'd be happy, dude, if somebody did only took a little bit, left a note, was like, hey, man.
Yeah. It looks real good, by the way.
You better hide your shit next year.
Right. What's up, Byron?
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G.
It's a motherfucking Eagle show.
The motherfucking Eagle Double G.
Eagle Double G. What's up, everybody?
How you doing, Byron?
Hey, man.
Let's party.
Yeah, man. You're going to Big Cloud Saturday too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, some guy I know, he told me his story. He found the plants and he fucking went back and took them all. I fucking was like, you're a dick. Can I stop talking to the guy?
Really?
Yeah, man. Fuck that. That ain't right. Don't do that to anybody, people.
No.
Full on rippers. Yeah.
It happened to me. Well, and they weren't even near done. It was like probably fucking August. I went back. Me and my buddy did it one year. And we drove a car into the woods, his car, and we went back there. They were all gone. There was like no buds on them, but they did take, like they uprooted them. They took the roots with it. So maybe they just moved them somewhere, but I don't think so. But yeah, dude, that's just ain't right.
Oh, there's all kind of criminals out there. They like that because, you know, a lot of people ain't gonna call the cops.
All right. Yeah, after that happened, I was like, man, I want to tape one with cyanide or something. Anybody, you know, put a ribbon around that one, so if they get robbed, someone will fucking get sick, motherfuckers.
You just find like a dead deer in front of your house every day or something. You're like, what the fuck, man?
Oops.
Damn, deer eating fucking plants, dude. like,
Oh yeah, that's what I said too. I said put them on the inside of the fence so like animals won't walk onto the nails. Like, you know. Yeah, I thought about that.
the electric fence is a good idea. Put an electric fence up, and then when they just get zapped the hell up and trying to cross it.
Yeah, I got robbed more than once. That's another reason why I hate humans.
Yeah.
Are you one of lizard people?
Reptilian.
Reptilian.
I have
Right, dude.
the Anunnaki on my parents.
But all of our parents, technically.
There you go.
I was
Even the
vampires
regulars.
and walking the earth for the past 300 years.
La-da-da-da-da.
So what's new? What are you smoking there, Martin?
Smoking some Agent Orange.
Some what now? I missed it.
Agent Orange.
Oh, all right, awesome. I still have her going.
I don't got it going, but I still got plenty of weed left of it.
There you go. Don't everybody talk at once, motherfuckers.
I was talking in my head. A lot was coming out, but it was all in my head. Shit.
Spew it.
I was looking at all the Monster Energy shit and all the stuff that Bud's showing us. His race stuff.
Can't see shit.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Is that his car? Is that your car, Bud?
Looks like a
Come,
quad.
bud, take it right down the street for a strap.
That is.
One hand on the wheel, one hand on the phone. Let's do this.
What did you
Get a
say?
few beers into you first. And then
It's a shifter cart.
Shifter car.
Cart. Very
Cart.
fast go kart. Goes 100 miles an hour.
Big go kart. Shifter
This
cart.
sounds like fun.
That's pretty fucking fast.
They run on like 125 dyno motor, like a 125 motocross motor, but you dyno it, it gets like 50 horse. Yeah.
There you go.
Looking for Amy Aces. She's out here. Let me find her.
Them there all green and beauties.
Look, that's Amy Aces right there.
That's a beauty. She's a cutie.
Looking good.
So it's Amy.
Well, Smiley, everybody, a lot of people got your shit going. They'll be showing them off soon enough.
I'm just teasing. That's from the Brady Bunch. That Mark.
No, I know. Marsha.
That's funny. Amy's all over the place.
Wow, you got a lot going on, buddy.
Yeah,
I see some like you're keeping what are you making sure the clones go before you kill them off? The like two of them that are stretched out all the way. Where were they?
Well, these ones are pancakes, apples, bananas, and wedding crasher. These ones weren't rooted, but the other one's rooted in like 4 days. These ones.
What's your gauge?
They were going quick.
It is your gauge.
No,
oh, it's an earring.
You upsized.
Double zero.
I love to see the
Who is
thing.
it?
It's fucking hilarious. Oh shit. That's awesome. Pop it in. Fucking sick.
I did the other one earlier today.
La-da-da-da-da.
That's the one.
Oh, you got a song?
What do you got? A guitar there?
Who?
Tiptoe to the tulips.
Oh shit.
Not a guitar.
I'm sure I couldn't play this very good.
Ukulele. No.
Yeah, your Bojangles hat on. Shit.
Doesn't he kind of look like Subcool with that hat?
Holy shit, bro. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Well, don't you
You said
like
that,
my new
don't.
hairdo?
One
Let it
second.
grow out a little bit.
See it, dude. Oh, that hat. Fucking A, bro. What
My
is that?
wife don't like it, but
Wait, what are you doing? What is that? What the fuck? What the
Gallagher. Is it a Gallagher hat?
out of control. It's crazy, bro.
What's the weirdest hat you got, Green Fingers? You got
just
a
like having
wizard,
fun. Fuck, you know.
wizard hat or something?
I bought this on an island, and I was partying, having a good time. I was me to wear. That's what I did.
That's awesome.
Yeah, fucking hats too much, dude.
Green Fingers can't handle it.
No, his hair is driving me crazy. His hair is driving me nuts.
Well, you think you need one of these, don't you, dude? You need one of these, buddy.
Brown, see? It's
Are you
fucking.
going dressed up into a big clouds like that? They are having a Halloween costume. I forget what the prizes are, but there are prizes for best costume.
Yeah, $250 to win or something.
What costume, buddy? Where?
Clouds this weekend.
Oh, I can't go there.
I got a couple good masks.
I can't fly there for the weekend.
Let me try out some of my masks.
Man, we
Oh
have
shit.
costume parties out here. That sucks.
There you go. Buddy's in the flower room.
Fucking
Yeah.
bud. Those old school lights. Shit, I thought I dropped a jar on my dog's head, but I didn't. Oh, it's
What
All
are we
right.
doing,
Well,
buddy?
show us. Yeah. Too late.
Buddy, come back. Maybe you couldn't hear us at all.
bud.
Oh,
Now he's ghosting us.
probably lost the connection or lost this.
Going too
That's
far in the
possible.
room.
No, I'm here. I'm here. I was texting.
Oh, you son of a bitch! You left us all in suspense.
Like,
We're glad you're here. Where's that
Damn.
room?
Well, what are you doing tonight, Green Fingers? You're kind of quiet.
I'm not quiet. I'm all babbling over here.
You're wearing pants?
I've been babbling on like all day long. I woke up early and I've been on it all day. I was ready for bed. I'm
You had
just
a
gonna go
dust
to bed.
storm?
Yeah, it just stopped. I can't. I'm all wheezing from it. Yeah, dust storm.
So how many generations back would you look in a lineage to try to make some kind of if you go 4 generations back, there's like 16 parents that you could list in that lineage.
Yeah, what's the question?
I don't know. It's
Who are you asking?
kind of
Bud?
fucking stew a conversation of some type.
He's asking you, Robert.
Oh, like on my cross, it's got like more than that. So it's like got like my cross has got so many crosses that it's got so many things to look for. It's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit.
Fucking bullshit.
I'd like to start all over with a clean slate with just 2 plants, you know? But I just like the shit that I have because it's got so much different shit in it. It's fucking it's hard to explain. But how far would you go back? I don't know.
I saw some IG thing, or maybe it was probably TikTok over to IG about how, like, yeah, the same thing. If you go back, your parents, your great grandparents, and like if you just keep going back, there's a lot of parents in there, a lot of epigenetics and shit.
Yeah, a lot of different ways. Your body can go a lot of different ways, different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like 10 or 12 generations, and he had like 4,000 ancestors.
Right, like that's 400 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Wow, what are you at the Halloween store, freaking modern?
Right? No shit.
The hell,
that's not a filter; those are all real masks. Yeah.
Right. Put your
The hair is still killing me, dude. The hair is still freaky with the mask on. It's more freaky.
You got to say something, modern. The crowd can't see you. Only we can.
I can. I don't know what to say.
That works.
That works.
Yeah, dude.
What
Tilt
else
your
you
head.
got?
It looks way more menacing when you tilt your head a little.
Let's see how many costumes we can get him to run through his head. Next, let's go. Makeup. Makeup and costume.
Costumes, everybody? Shit.
Yeah.
See, modern could
That's
go on a
pretty
killing.
creepy.
You could go on a killing spree, dude. Rip off the helmet, the mask, and the hat, and walk like amongst the cops. They would even never know it was you.
Never know.
I could do some racial appropriation shit real quick.
Pretty creepy.
Since I'm Mexican or half Mexican, I put this on and I'm fucking like that much more Mexican than I just was.
Yeah.
I got a black cape that goes with that. I got a black cape that goes with that all the way down to my feet. So
Ooh, I could put a tape
I'm all
mustache
black
on
and shit.
a tape mustache into my bros. And then my costume.
I'll give you guys a laugh.
Your hair is
Everybody likes to laugh.
You get the perm? How'd you get that perm? That fucking shit's dope. Fucking
Gotta work at that. You got the waves going on
it's just
there.
the waves, bro. Fucking I see that.
You got the waves.
Fucking freaking.
Yo. Did any of you happen to see a clip with the 109-year-old guy?
The Buddhist?
Let me share screen, Eagle, man. This guy, when I first saw it, I thought it was like a Halloween skeleton thing, but the dude is alive.
No.
The Buddhist guy.
Yeah, I'll show you right now. It's bizarre, dudes.
It's got to be the Asian dude, right? Yeah.
109 old Buddhist monk.
Yeah.
Are you guys watching this? Look at him.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
He moved?
Come on.
Yeah, he moves.
Hold on. I thought I could widen it out.
That little girl comes and visits and all that.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Oh, he passed away? Shit.
No, I don't know if he passed away.
Dude,
Or not.
what
Look at
the
he's
fuck?
moving. He's alive. That guy's alive, dudes. Look at
Man.
Oh
The fuck?
man.
Dude.
Yeah, see the
Crazy.
blue power monk.
He's a little
Oh
scary.
yeah, it said he passed away on April 8th, 2022. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I think it passed away a few days before they shot that.
Wow.
Yeah, I was gonna, maybe it could it possibly be fake? No, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's see.
Can't tell.
If I can make, yeah, that's as tight as I could get. Well, it still moves. He never turns his head. That's just
His neck
bizarre,
would
but yeah.
break. His fucking snap.
Right? It looks like a Halloween thing, not a real thing, right?
Oh, that dude was.
Someone said that's going to be me in 80 years. That's what they sent it to me in a freaking PM.
If that dude ate a cookie a day, he wouldn't be that old right now. He would be looking
Right.
like a 60-year-old.
He'd be looking like Eagle right now. All pumped up,
Looks like-
lifting 450, doing squats.
True story. True story.
Yes, sir.
I do feel like you could have thrown an extra 5 pounds on either side and made that 420.
I know, actually, I thought about that. Yeah, goddamn.
What are you doing? Deadlifts?
It was 410 today plus the machine.
Yeah, what do they call it? Was that like regular squats?
I can't hear anything. What
He
were you
didn't
doing?
answer.
Eagle?
Ed did. You didn't hear me?
Nope.
No.
I said that was 410 military press. That's basically what that is.
There you go.
Oh. Oh, on the machine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
Plus machine
Yeah.
free weights, but yeah, machine carries. I should have threw the fucking extra on there though. A little bummed about that.
Don't try that with dumbbells, bro. 410.
You need to turn your mic up.
Who?
Me?
No, Eagle.
Eagles is fine now.
I can't hardly hear him.
I turn it up and down.
He's
Oh,
fucking
that's
with it.
fine.
It's new, right?
Yeah.
He's humble. He doesn't want to show off that he's freaking lifting 410.
Got this nice fancy mic and shit, all high class and shit.
Trying to step it up.
And your two
Yeah,
lava lamps.
stepping it up and y'all dim down.
Your graduating butt plug shaped lava lamp is blowing my mind. I'm like, yes, that purple one's fucking awesome. Just like a fucking graduating butt plug.
I'm glad you like it.
I love it. Fucking
This
my
is your
favorite
butt
color,
plug
purple.
fucking.
That's what happens when it slips out and you gotta go. It's like,
That's actually the name of the button. Slip out right there.
That's the slip out. Hell yeah. I know sounds when I hear them.
How do you get more sounds? You download them? You gotta purchase them? You just what's go with that?
Well, I've had a couple options. I think there's a download, upgradable download. But nonetheless, I think I want something that I can program some buttons. So,
You can have fun.
yeah. It's hard to work in because I tried it yesterday. Every time I used it, everybody was like,
now he's gun shy. He ain't gonna hit no button. Dude, they had a soundboard of Arnold Schwarzenegger talking, and somebody called up someone, and like it was just using the buttons, and the dude was on the phone for like 15 minutes. It was hilarious.
Oh, Coco.
cool. Oh, what's up with that? He's got a cowboy hat now. Like,
Yeehaw, Martin.
Let's go. Riding cowboy. Wah!
it's like more like a Lemmy hat, isn't it? It's what it kind of looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on. What's the name of that fucking band? there?
Motorhead. Was it Motorhead?
Yeah, Motorhead. There you go. Need that.
I don't know. Well, I got this with it.
I could, for some reason, see modern having like a deep fucking Halloween closet.
Halloween
Many
closets.
Yeah.
They got a big tub, but
yeah, with that multiple probably.
I could see Green Fingers having a sex dungeon.
Don't say that out loud. It's true. You're speaking the truth, and it's something I hear when I hear somebody else know what I do. Like, shit, you haven't seen it though.
I've astro traveled across all places and parts of the universe.
I don't have a grow room right now. It's freaking occupado. It's occupied with sex dungeon stuff.
Look at he's smirking.
I hear when they start getting a runny nose is when you got to change them out.
What's that?
His little blow up doll.
Oh.
No, he's got the gimp sex slaves in there.
Yeah, you can't hear them moaning and bumping into each other in there.
Covered up by the dogs.
Yeah.
Wow, Buddy's got it everywhere. It's got stuff in the dry room now.
What?
Buddy's in the dry room.
Every time I cut to him, he fucking runs off.
can't see unless he's talking.
Talk to us, Buddy Lee. What do you got?
Oh, just different stuff. This is the outdoor stuff.
Oh, okay.
Different. Each plant's different. We took it down today.
Holy shit.
That one in the back looks pretty chunky.
That's some other stuff that was like a few days ahead of it.
That one, yeah, dude. It's all looking good.
Different kinds. Donnie Burger. I don't know. I'd have to look. They're all marked on the stem. Oh, this is Mike and Larry. Mike and Larry. It smells really good. That's why I got that clone from a friend. It
all looks good.
I don't know what skunk. These are all straw nana crosses, so they really smell good because they just got hung today. There's a white truffle straw nana, a cat piss. A cheetah piss straw nana. There's Gary Payton straw nana. There's there's a couple of animal mint straw nanas. Yeah, straw nanas. They're supposed to wash good, is the reason for the cross. Straw nana, 5%. Oh, I just grow. I don't want
more open structured bud.
But I would recommend that this cheetah piss one, it has, like, when you touch it, it's gritty.
Yeah.
Gritty crystals. From what I know, that's what the washers are looking for, not oily. Like some plants are oily when you touch it. Those aren't always the best washer. When it's gritty, or I guess that would be the way I describe it. Yeah, it's gritty, and I guess that's the whole idea. Gritty.
Yeah, now that Bud lost half of them crystals. Good work. No, I'm joking. Have you guys ever done a test like put in the fresh bud into a mason jar with ice water and shake it, and then you just wait for it to settle and you look on the bottom? If there's a shit ton of trichomes, then you got a good washer. If there's nothing there, you might not have a good washer.
You can test it in water. You can do little test amounts and and get an idea. Yeah. Some people do that out in the field before they accept. Like, it's harvest season up north. There's a lot of product that washers get access to, but they go out to the field. If you're good at it and you can assess whether it's going to be like 3, 4, or 5% washer before you cut it down and make some kind of deal with whoever.
Have you ever done it? I never did it, but I watched it like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, done almost all everything. Ice. This is his
He's got
freezer
the
full
ice.
of ice. Gotta have a lot of ice.
Awesome.
Be better to just have an industrial ice machine. Because the next thing you figure out with ice is not all ice is created equal. Like the quality of the water,
buddy.
the quality of the water of the ice matters. And some ice houses use lesser quality water than others.
Once you get over to the industrial ice there, it's more of a hollow ice, a thin-walled hollow ice that doesn't last fucking very long. To where if you just make it in make it yourself in trays, you know what I mean, much bigger,
It'll last longer,
but lasts way longer. That thin
I think
like restaurant shit, you'd be adding some every run, whole new batch.
I'll tell you what I fucked up once. So I got the bag of ice, and it was like after I forget what happened. There was some sort of storm, and a whole bunch of places, lost power. So like it was melted together. So I had to beat it up, but it was all like crystally and fucking glass and shards. And yeah, you want to make sure that shit is not sharded. You want to make sure it's melted and rounded. Cause man, I did it wash and the shit got beat to fuck. Green was coming out on the first fucking drop. I was like,
That's good advice not to shard.
Don't shart yourself.
Well, I used to believe in a lot of ice myself. The more ice, the better. But I believe it's more now just temperature.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Close to freezing as you can. I think way too much ice and you kind of shred up the material.
I believe that 100% too. Yeah.
That ice maker makes little round ices. Fucking awesome.
Yeah, you could get different kinds of ice makers, Eagle. They have different industrial kinds, but not that make like cubes like in your trays at the in the refrigerator. Not that big usually.
So as long as it's solid, not
right.
Have the the hollowness to it.
My little one works fast too. Like I have one bigger than this one. This one's just a smaller one than that one in my RV. I used to use it all the time. Every 5 minutes it blows out fucking a new set of ice. Just more ice, more ice, more ice. Fucking crazy.
Oh shit.
Well, the thing about it is like again, back to the adding it every time. Both that first time you put the ice in there, you have more and more ice with that hollow stuff, and you are shredding. It isn't just the gentle wash of the material that's knocking off the trichomes. It's that jagged ice that's putting more and more plant material in there. And you're not going to just do that one wash. And with that thin ice, you're adding more. So every time you add more fresh ice, you're adding more sharp corners, more rigidness to it, more and more plant matter every wash.
I wonder what the next fucking step up is going to be. You think they could step up the wash
like steel bars, some kind of steel bars in there that would fucking keep it cold enough to where you wouldn't need ice.
Fucking sonic shake.
I think they might have that already.
Yeah.
Or they keep the walls of the
tub.
Walls, the walls of the tub for cold, so that you don't even have to add ice. But I was more thinking, so you make the water hash and then you put it through the
shaker. What did you say?
Rosin press. Like that's the best non-solvent, right? That you can make is doing it that way. Make the water hash, then put it in rosin bags.
Check it. This guy named Ken from Trichrome Incorporated. He's been around a long time. He has this new commercial. God, fuck, I can't remember the name of what this product is, but
is it?
Yeah, captures like you won't lose. It basically starts with wet weed, but it also dries the weed, but it captures all the terpene and what's this thing called? It's real elusive, his advertising campaign. It's almost like you have to be like interested in buying one to get the lowdown of what technology it is.
Is it Trichome Technologies, the name of the company?
Yeah, Ken.
Yeah. Okay, I know that. That
Yeah,
guy is
he has
old,
this-
man.
He has this new product that he's been pitching for about a year now. It's got some weird name. I can't remember it at the moment.
I'll go Google it up, but I don't
Yeah.
mean he's old, but he's been around since like the 1980,
Well,
I
yeah,
think.
and he's always
growing.
been about this. You're able to extract the terpenes too. That's part of it because there's a lot of value in that.
Yeah.
How long until they're storing long-term storage of weed is to just pull the terpenes off them, keep those in a separate container?
Well, that's what this Ken guy's been saying. The first time I ever heard him speak, it was hot as hell in some cannabis cup where I had a booth, and there were these panels in the auditorium that was air conditioned. And yeah, I went into just whatever, and it was that guy talking. And this was like 12 years ago, and he was saying, "Yeah, when weed's $50 a pound, it's going to be much more valuable to just use it to extract terpenes." And he had all these jars of terpenes, and he knew the value of them on the commodities market, which is like some of them are like common, not that much money. Some of them are like lots of money.
Yeah,
and
like
basically his pitch was that this is 12 years ago, before we even really could realize that is there a terpene combination and amount of terpenes that the cannabis plant can't produce, because that's where all the different flavors we keep coming up with is coming out of. Most things that are used for extraction.
Velos. This is
right. Yeah, Velos. That's it. Yeah. Well,
cold is coming.
like it's a
precision cold cure and pure organic terpene isolation.
Yeah, it's
produces
something.
Cannabis-derived terpenes that are solventless, all organic, and unparalleled in all aspects regarding aroma and robust flavor. These terpenes produce the most flavorful vape cartridges possible, utilizing only cannabis-derived terpenes. Velos. I guess you got to write up in some sort of magazine. But here's a picture.
Cannabis business, and it's really like, if you really want to inquire. Yeah, but I've heard it's an install and a lease deal. Like, you don't own the stuff, but whatever. It's like you got to come with $1 million to even talk.
Stupid money. Okay.
But it's some high technology that has some kind of. He's trying to be proprietary. Like, yeah, he thinks he invented something. All right. Yeah, he was the first guy to mention cold trapping. And that was like 12 years ago. Like when we were just doing like BHO, no one was cold trapping, but that's a common extraction technique. So all this stuff is common, meaning that people have been extracting rosemary oil, lilac, all these essential oils for centuries, and use basically all these same techniques.
Yeah, I forget who was talking, but they were saying how, like, the cannabis growers were so in the closet that they didn't utilize regular agriculture practices that they probably should have,
Yeah, but one thing I remember most about that time was he said that, yeah, cannabis has like A to Z of flavors and terpenes, and that makes it like the most powerful plant in the production of terpenes, because unlike he used rosemary. Rosemary has like a 4 combination extraction. That's all you get, right? That's what rosemary is,
right,
of the terpenes. Like mint might be one that has a few. Okay, mint has like, you've smelt a lot of different mint varieties. They got chocolate mint and lemon mint. Fuck, I got a strawberry mint. But cannabis, it's like thousands if it's not infinite, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, if it becomes $50 a pound, well, then some of these more exotic terpenes that are contained in these exotic smells probably be worth more. than weed itself. That's what he was saying.
Oh, I saw this freaking IG post. Guys like these smart fucking marijuana dealers are buying CBD flower for $50 a pound or whatever. I forget how much he said he'd be paying, and then they'll just spray it. They'll get Delta 9, Delta 8, or he was saying they use Delta 8, but you get any kind of distillate or whatever. Add some ethanol or whatever, alcohol, mix it so you could spray it, and they spray the buds with the THC on the CBD
But the
flower.
only reason there's a market at all for that is in total prohibition states.
Right,
no one
Delta
buys
8.
that shit. You think anyone buys that in Michigan or California or Colorado or Oregon or Oklahoma? Maybe a couple fucking
There's some
nerds,
stupid people, yeah.
But where that shit's really marketed, and that's probably why they chose Delta 8 or whatever, because it's legal or whatever, right? Yeah, that's the same hustle that's been selling spice and every other chemical behind the counter for forever. Those people are highly funded, and if they can make money with fake cannabis bullshit, they will.
Well, you got to grow your own, man. Gotta.
Yeah.
I mean, it's asinine that for the longest time they used to kind of call spice and all those weird chemicals that are these drugs that now are banned, but when they used to be just at every gas station in the country, they used to call them like, oh, it's like pot, it's like smoking weed, it's better than weed or some shit. It's not weed at all.
Not at all, right?
Like not at all. Like, why would anyone smoke that and think that's like weed? But people did. They had this one head shop in Oceanside. They got busted a few years ago. WEedNerdWorld. They were selling $250,000 worth of spice over the counter a week for years. It was this federal thing because the Marines, Camp Pendleton is literally miles away.
That's
they
what I was
get
gonna say.
tested for everything, right?
Yep.
But they weren't being tested for these weird chemicals they were buying over the counter at the place. But part of that investigation started where weird things happened, where violence and Marines that took that shit did some fucking weird crimes and shit.
It fucks you up, dude. That shit fucks you world up, man.
And then the base took it serious, where like now they even changed the law where it's like you can't, because what they would do is they would, just like anything, whack-a-mole. They would change the law to say, oh, this chemical is illegal. And they would just tweak the chemical one carbon or whatever. And and then they would whack-a-mole that for years. Well, now they changed the law to be like anything or its derivative or anything, loosely associated. And but gas stations still have that shit and people still buy it. You're right. It's like, why would people smoke PCP? But they do. Even why would people huff
it? That's funny.
Spray cans. To me, the fact that the reason that spray cans are locked up, and you can only buy one at a time or some craziness, because people abuse that. Huffers or whatever you call it. And I'm thinking, wow. Like, that's got to be like, is that as high? And if they can't get that, they just huff gasoline. Well, that's about as low of a fucking high as you can get.
That ain't
not even a high.
Oh,
holy death! Right. But
it's
a fucking epidemic enough that we lock up every spray can there is. Also because of tagging and stuff. But no, the real reason we lock up spray cans is because of huffing.
Yeah, the gold, silver, and all the metallic ones locked up back in the day, way before any of this stuff. Really, it was just huffing. Then it became like all the spray cans and the glue and everything. But before it was just the gold and silver. Like when I was a kid, I was like, what the fuck? Why are those ones the only ones locked up? And I was too stupid. I didn't realize people were huffing it.
Yeah, man, people get fucked up on weird ass shit, man.
Freon, bro. They start huffing that shit because that's the easiest thing to get to the air conditioner, and they could just fucking break your fucking lines and just start huffing it. Fucking gross. Fucking people are gross.
And that high is just lack of oxygen to your brain.
right? Yeah.
That's all that high is. Yeah.
Fucker, man. It, like, just kind of like wiggled my toes. It popped. It popped a little bit. Reached down. I fucking massaged it a little bit there, and it gave me the fucking chills. Ugh. Yeah, sweet, deep pain there.
That cold air's coming in.
Well, that and the 10-pound weight I dropped on.
Oh.
Yeah, about 4 feet up.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
Which toe?
Right across, like right where the foot meets the leg, like right there.
Oh,
So
Yeah,
all
that hurts.
the tendons are like the tendons on the one side of that in there.
yeah.
Swelling's right up, pushed up on everything. It's like, yeah, about the size of a baseball on top of my foot right there.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, go get that looked at.
Perhaps you should, Eagle.
I broke some shit.
Put some ice on it, Eagle.
Yeah, at
The
least.
first
Yeah.
24 hours, man. First 24 hours, put ice on it. It'll stop swelling. How long ago did you do it? Today?
Yeah, just a little while ago, right before the military press. That's why I was joking, man. I was surprised during the video. I was hoping my foot didn't give out during that shit.
You stayed there. I'd have been out of that bitch if I dropped that on my toe. Fuck this place. I'm out of here.
couple of little laps around the gym real quick.
Yeah, I still would have been the fuck out of there.
Is it really like a baseball, Eagle, or you just
Yeah,
exaggerating?
it's nice and thick one, definitely.
Dude, you might have tripped.
Hold it up.
You didn't hit the bone, right?
Huh? Oh
You
yeah.
hit so maybe bro, you better, yeah.
Here's a
You
good
might have
chance.
broken it, man.
If it doesn't go down tomorrow or whatever, it's gonna hurt more
Fractured
tomorrow,
it.
I'm sure.
It's so tender.
Yeah.
It's purple. It's definitely purple. It's hard to
If you
tell.
don't,
Tattoos.
you don't see a doctor, man, you should ice
It's
it.
almost like the bones should line up with the tattoo right there. So you could almost see which ones would probably fuck up and shit. And it's awesome. You can see the black and blue through the black and gray. I mean to kill a conversation there. What's up, Cheddar Bomb? You on Ripper Watch there? Patiently waiting in a tree stand.
That sucks, man.
I think it forced him to undo all the rest. I'm not sure. I think he said he was gonna leave a little out there as a bait for him if they happen to fucking wander back.
I just got one little one. Suppose if somebody took it, I'd be bummed, but it wouldn't like be the end of the world.
Right.
It's just it's weird to think that it's still happening. I mean, at this point, stealing's bad, but you're a fucker if you're stealing plants at this point. And it's mostly legal almost anywhere. You know what I mean? You couldn't take the time to drop some fucking seeds or some clothes in the dirt and do it yourself. You gotta.
Well, I don't know much, but I bet it's under 18 or under, like kids. But I could be wrong, but I would just assume at this point, like some of it is you have to be 21 or older, right, to buy weed. So if you're younger than that, I guess you don't have access legally.
Yeah, not legally. That's all. I was gonna say, man, people steal shit because they're fucking lazy. Everyone could go get a job, Eagle. There's no need to have thieves at all, but they're lazy. And that's why whenever I try now, I go into the woods far enough to where if you're lazy, you ain't going that far into the woods to try and find my shit, you know? Or the one spot you have to walk through, like, you have to know where you're going, or otherwise you never fucking probably find it. And
Well, I
besides
know
that,
in Southern California years ago, you could hike that little off the path and find spots, but hiking and people hiking in areas is like the most popular thing. Like, especially since COVID, in my like, I live on this road. There really is a couple places where you can pull off, but anywhere that there is, there's always 4 or 5 cars, and it's just people hiking, right? On land. Most of the land's probably owned by somebody. It's not like empty land, but yeah, I would assume that because of the popularity of hiking in general, probably almost everywhere. Yeah, like finding, what do you call that, guerrilla grow places? Yeah.
That's the hardest part.
One of my first guerrilla grows was in this thing in Marina del Rey area. And yeah, you'd find these little islands. And yeah, we'd plant a whole bunch, and most of them would get wiped out by weather, or the island would get washed away, but we would also get a bunch.
Right.
Today, you could never plant an area like that.
Yep.
This was like in the 80s or some time when we were kids, because there's just too many people that like hike.
My buddy, when the drone started coming out, he's like, "Man, you're gonna go out in the woods again?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Someone with a drone's gonna see that shit." And I'm just like, "Yeah, that's like paranoid, especially where
a
I'm
grower
at."
friend of mine who got his pilot's license and took these lessons in the local airport, and then he became more involved with. I think he even worked for this little rental airline thing. People, he used to tell me, clients come in there, pay to be flown around, and that's what they do. Yeah, exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, like it wouldn't be worth it where I'm at. There's not enough people growing.
A $350 like 6
What's up, Modern?
Right, around an area that you suspect there might be some cannabis fields, and I'm sure in a Cessna you'd find them pretty quick.
Man, if you want to do that, it's so easy. The M&R, they have these topographical pictures that they take every year of fucking forest, right? And they do a count of whatever the fuck they do. There's certain, I guess, color layers they can put on there that can
all that
take on those frequencies of colors, right? And they whatever color frequency fucking canvas gives off, they just put that layer on and it gives all those plants to shine up like a motherfucker.
Yeah, but it's not real time data. That's from last year, but I'm sure if they had a crop there last year, you could
I was talking to my friends that live in NorCal, and yeah, it's that time of year, and it's a numbers game where they get a couple and people get them harvested, but it's like a whack-a-mole up there. Nothing's really changed.
Yeah, that's what I would say too. Have a few places.
Unless you have a license. Like, if you can show license when they come to the property, they usually know already which properties are licensed. But if you can produce some kind of paperwork, they won't chop it down. Otherwise, they just chop it down and leave. They don't even bother taking people into custody. That's not happening.
Right. They stopped that in Canada too. They just take all the plants,
they used to chop it down and haul it out. Now they just chop it down and fucking
dirty it up.
Like put it in piles and leave. It's manpower. They used to spend so much money hauling that shit out.
Yeah.
Right?
Now they don't even fuck with it.
To fly. Yeah, they're expensive to fly.
They don't even fly around my area anymore. Thank God.
Yeah. Well, the thing up there is like but they're using what you're saying, so they know where that's not like, let's just go by there and see. No, they know they can.
They know where they're going to stand. Yeah,
they do it through color shades. Yep. And other tech. No, I mean at this point they got fucking the satellites taking pictures of everything, and they can zoom in on a dime.
They just don't care about cannabis, right? We're finally in that category. They can fucking leave us alone.
Dude, I saw one a long time ago, and another thing is, if you don't put them all together, this guy had like a path that he made or walked or whatever, and like every 100 feet or maybe even further, there'd be a plant, and you just keep walking and get to the next one. But if you keep it small enough, if it's really small, it'd be hard, I think, to even see with the color coding shit. It's only like 6 plants all clumped together.
Well, I mean, even in an area where they do, yeah, there's probably a size.
Yeah.
That below that, they don't even.
They don't want to fuck with anyway. Yeah.
They got 50 plants. Oh, fuck that. Who cares?
Worth
they got 100 acres, or they got 150 plants, or there's some number. In each area is different. Where
I think it's only based on if someone complains about it. If someone complains about it, they're gonna go do something about it. Beyond that, they just don't give a shit, dude. They just don't care.
We were talking about rippers too, using that technology.
Be nice.
Oh
yeah, well,
like
that's nothing new. That's all. Actually, there's probably less ripper pressure now that the price and the value is so low.
Right. Yep. You're right.
Because back when it was so high, holy shit, the rippers were fucking. They'd do anything to find you.
Be nice. I think you could like come up with an ink pack or something that you fucking bury with your plant. If it got ripped, it'd fucking just like explode.
those fucking glitter bombs, man. They go pick your plant and boom, they all glittered out.
Either that or like fucking bury a fucking airbag or some shit. The switch to your plant, you fucking tug it, and the airbag goes up.
Well, I've heard some crazy stories of the real old timers from up in NoCal that were lawless on the mountain and used to like be paranoid. Used to do a lot of drugs and get paranoid, and half of them were fucking Vietnam era to begin with. So yeah.
Dude, that Mean Gene episode had some stories.
There's still people like that. So
I know one nasty thing we used to do is put triple barbed hooks right where you're going to grab the plant as you're going to harvest it. So you don't know those hooks are there, and you start grabbing plants, you're going to find one of those hooks, and then you're going to be hooked up.
That's a good idea. I was saying,
one of those hooks that go in but don't come out easy. Yeah. Fuck people
triple barbed.
Oh yeah, that's what it's called. I'm not a fisher guy, but yeah, I've had a hook in me where I was like, "Fuck, this thing won't come out for fuck. It's gonna take more with it than yeah."
Yeah, you got to push it through, snip the end off.
I was gonna say you may not get them real bad, but they're not. I don't know. I wouldn't want to keep harvesting if you realize that.
Yeah.
I would say
yeah, all science slows you down.
Especially if you hit the second one, you'd be like, "God damn it!" Then you'd realize they were all in there.
And when your friend's brother has freaking scarred up hands, who fucking fucked with your shit.
Yeah. Oh, and they're bandages.
It's like nothing's changed. I imagine in a whole bunch of places there are people literally camped out at their fucking plot, right? These next weeks or so. This is like you don't have to worry about it most of the time. I mean, somebody might cut an immature plant like an idiot, but the real worry is in this certain window, right? When they're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so ultimately the best security is fucking a human body, right? Wherever it is. And one that also has like you have to be ready. Because if they know it's one guy and they come with 6, well, then it's just a holdup.
Right. If you come with one guy and 6 bullets, you have a fighting chance.
It's terrible. Rippers are the worst. It's a culture. Like they're all right with it. This is 20 some years ago, but when I was in prison, what amazed me was like on the yard, there were people that hustle. Everybody was who they were while they were in prison, right? Dope dealers, all kinds of people. But there were people that were rippers and would talk about it openly on the yard with other people that were dope dealers. And like these guys would pride themselves on what they really did was jack dope dealers, right? I always thought, it's weird. Wouldn't these two groups like have an issue with each other in the thing? No, they get along great in there. And like half the time when you leave there, you know who the rippers are. So like you never That's why when you get out of there, you're like, fucking, you don't know a single person. You leave there yourself, period. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of rippers in there, dude. That's rippers paradise, dude.
But you want to listen. You want to listen to the rippers, how they get their.
Oh, trust me, I heard a
yeah.
lot of stories, and what
How
I
you get
realized
there.
is these guys are ruthless as fuck. They don't give a fuck. They'll work a
Fuck,
connection for so long before they'll fucking pop them, but they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna pop them.
Yeah, that's why I trust no one, not even your mama.
Yeah.
Think they'd be
Yeah, well,
about it.
I've like taken certain precautions in my life just to be like, yeah, no, fuck that. Because yeah, it's gotten better, but the worst of it, even when I was in the joint, like in the 90s, it was like at the peak in California, the meth epidemic. And so most of this was fueled by like meth. This is like meth heads that like once they got going on their fucking engine, they pillaged. It didn't matter what they were pillaging, and dope dealers were one of the easier targets, but they'd pillage anybody. They're dangerous when they get hyped up like that.
Yeah, a lot of jack moves where they just take out other dealers first, and then when there's nobody left, they just start getting whoever they can.
Yeah,
they
that's
can.
like, there's different addictions. Usually some of the addictions, when somebody's so addicted, they can't function that well. No, tweakers are like, holy shit, they get all jacked up and do like Superman moves. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Strength of 5 dudes, like PCP dudes.
Dude, those guys could punch a hole through a fence. And
Maybe
climb
I'm just
through.
naive because a couple of my friends are like, dude, there's tweakers everywhere still. But I somehow think we're on a decline. There's less of it.
Are tweakers fentanyl users? Because I know there's a lot of that going on.
No,
meth.
Down, yeah.
Different audience, different crowd, different strength.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know anybody who did meth. I knew a couple people who were into the heroin. They got into the heroin, but meth and even PCP, maybe like one dude.
Well, I knew people that did drugs, and the people I knew did coke and heroin, fucked around with other drugs. But anybody that became a tweaker, oh no, that's the
weird, worst. Yeah,
like a weird
the difference
trip.
between
I don't.
doing drugs and becoming a tweaker. Like
Yeah,
that's a big
I lived in SoCal most of my life, and I stay away from tweakers. Period.
I think of methadone.
They're like zombies. They're like zombies.
Crack.
Like,
crack. Being on crack, but it's really freaking stupid. Is that what it's like?
Falling apart.
No, crack's totally different. Yeah, crack's a Jones though. Crack's dangerous that way too. But no, tweakers are like
tweakers are literally
they've
falling
made a
apart.
commitment. Like, they're not like just on a binge for a few days. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Well, maybe some crackheads, but like that, you're not able to function. You're too fucking
once you get too cracked up, right? Yeah.
Speed people, like literally, one of their hustles is to find houses or areas and strip the place of its copper wire. Right? You know how much work that is to strip a house of its copper wire that you get like 8 cents a pound or some bullshit price for? But literally, if you leave a property unattended at the peak of this, they'd strip the wire. They strip all the wire. That's like, there's only one people that do that. Tweakers. Okay.
Right. Okay. That was happening here though, but when copper was like 15 cents a pound, I guess they were building new houses. They go in, put in the plumbing. The next day, all the copper would be gone.
That's cold-blooded.
Yeah, because like they get whatever, but what that would cost the person to replace in their house or their property is like massively expensive.
Yeah, way more than.
Yeah. No, and there's a bunch of like things that they like, and when they get certain areas, like around here, we had areas that like you just stayed out of those areas because they were overrun.
Okay, guys, I got some prices up here. I know when you guys were talking about copper, it's like 80 cents a pound. Where the fuck you guys from, man? This shit's crazy. Up here, a pound of clean copper, $4.10. So the tweakers are just going crazy up here, man.
Yeah, no, there's money in it. That's why they do it, right?
Yeah, but Cadillac converters and all that other shit.
Oh no, that's the latest thing. In the Bay Area in Oakland, you leave your car parked in like
Some cars
anywhere
have
the
two
street.
of them. So some cars can
Yeah.
have more than two.
And then
So
there's these places you go that sell you basically your catalytic converter back for like a third of the price if you went to the dealer to do it right. But they just like weld it on there or some shit that's really not legal. Like you won't pass smog or anything. But because so many people get them ripped off, most people just go right to these like they're right parked right in the same area where they steal it, and they just sell them back to people. It's crazy. Street light.
There was a time in Flint, if you had aluminum siding and you left your house for a period of time, there was a good chance you would come home and there would be no siding.
Really, dude?
Yeah,
People are
they would just
That's
grab
like-
at the bottom and
but
throw in
that's
the
like-
truck and shit.
You have to be on the
Yeah.
outside of the house. Everybody can see you doing it.
I'm telling you,
I don't know
That's
people
fucked
like
up,
that,
man.
You know, people just won't stop you, especially if you put a vest on, man. That's all you need. A
That's
vest.
right. Yep. Just
Do
make
anything
believe
you
it.
want.
Yeah, the
And
guy
clipboard.
said-
Clipboard.
Yep.
Done.
That's true.
Where do all these people come from?
I thought about doing that when I was gorilla growing. I'm like, I'll get a white truck and just get me one of those yellow vests. And if the cop ever comes around, you know, it just looks like I'm a construction guy, whatever. I don't even know what I was going to say. But then I just said, I got once the motorcycle, just drive the motorcycle into the woods and no one could even see that you're in there. That was my go. And that worked for a long time. And then one time when I was coming out, because it was a hunting area, you go bow hunting in there. You couldn't go shooting guns off, but they had bow hunting. And I was coming out and these guys were going in and they're like, "Oh, you scouting?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, did you see anything? I saw, and I'm like, I see that fucking shit everywhere. Cause yeah, there's deer in there. I only saw deer like 3 times and they were just like big rabbits. All I saw was the freaking white tails bouncing away, you know? But
yep. That's not our excuse, man. We're just always scouting. We're always dressed in camo. We're just scouting our deers, man.
But somebody found that spot, and
we used to
I never
transfer
went
everything in
back.
coolers and totes, so
Oh,
just
there you go,
couldn't even smell it. It was just all.
Now, isn't there
That's
like a
the
deer
other.
season, and does that
Yeah,
coincide with your season, or is it different?
Right at the end. And I think they start like, right after
right now-
Halloween.
Sorry,
I
go
think
ahead.
By me.
Sorry,
I
Pat.
think by me, it's like right after Halloween. But yeah, someone found because I had a little fence. You needed a fence because there's so many deer in there. If you didn't have a fence, all you harvest is deer prints in the freaking ground that you put. So when I went there, the fence was gone, and I had this little stash of like I had a tote in there that I had some shit and nutrients and shit. And yeah, I just turned around and never went back. But those are the two times when I was bringing in plants. I had to take a car. I would take a car with a blue tote. I'd run it into the woods, and then I'd go home, get on the motorcycle, take that to the spot, drive the motorcycle in, and then carry the plants to the actual garden.
I watched a few seasons of that Moonshiner show. It
Yeah, it's the
reminds me of
same.
some of the shit
Yep.
they did, right?
And then
Same thing, right?
harvesting is the exact same shit, which sucked. Because that was the scariest part for me was when you collected it.
Yeah, you can't really hide the
Then
smell,
they
right?
can like go in and moonshine in like a week and make it all and be out of there. Where grow it is like 3 months.
Yep.
Right now up here it's moose season, so we got 2 weeks of moose season, and then it's right to deer season, which is archery. You know, what is that called to gunpowder? You know, those old school guns too. You're allowed to shoot those muzzle loaders. So it's definitely that time of year where you always got to be not only cautious about all those rippers and all that authorities, you gotta worry about all these guys shooting their fucking guns now too. Just more people in the woods is always a bad thing. But the good thing that all these fools always stick to the trails. They're always around these trails. I call them lazy hunters, right? They're always just bright orange near trails. It's not really difficult. But when you see fucking a bunch of them together, usually that's the authorities, and they're always checking people for their tags. Are you carrying your ammo properly away from your gun? And all these fucking stupid rules. So Generally, traveling the trails is dangerous, man. The safest thing is going up and down the rivers, staying off the fucking 4-wheeler trails. Come on, pause. Can you guys hear me?
No, I'm just thinking how much work that is. Fuck, I'm a lazy grower.
It's fun as hell, though, dude. I'm telling you, man. Have you seen us? Like our first year, we were slow as fuck, but now getting down that river, dude, we fast as fuck, dude. You couldn't even get near us. You couldn't chase us down if you wanted to.
Well, that seems like but yeah, nature and really being in it every day, that'd be the ultimate.
Pretty fun, man. Pretty fun. Got a couple re-veg going, though. Found a couple sweeties out there. Pulled them right out of their smart pots, and they look all right. Got hit by a heavy frost, -4, man. When you get -4, -3 range, all your tops go brown. Get all these brown tops.
So that's like in the 20s in our thing, right? Something like that.
Oh yeah,
right? Because zeros
shit up.
Yeah, I harvested a couple brown ones. Dude, I must have told the story. So yeah, there was 2 that were ended up they went through the frost or whatever, and they were brown. And I brought them home. I'm just a creature of nature, a habit, whatever. I brought them home and did everything, cleaned them up. And sure as shit, and somebody came over and the shit smelled killer, and they smoked it and they bought it. They wanted to buy it. I'm like, all right, I'll get something to you. It was good. They said that shit was legit. There was no chlorophyll, so there was probably it was smooth. I'm sure I kept some. I smoked some of it, definitely.
Was it chocolate?
No, it looked like it was though.
Yeah, that's a chocolate.
It was totally brown, dude. It was totally brown. And like overnight, it turned totally brown. In 3 days, like I went there, maybe 4 days, 5 days before that, and then when I went back, it was like that one night just killed them. It was bizarre.
And anything really dark purple took that -4 though. A couple of them, I was really surprised. That beautiful loser, Eagle's beautiful loser, took it because it's 100% purple. This weird, what the fuck is that called? Paris Deso or whatever. I got new cultivar from Soulfire Gardens. It's July 33 into their Bahama Mama. That thing surprisingly did well. Just -4, fuck you, did shit to it. But anything green, yeah, it got that brown top look for sure.
Oh yeah, the whole entire plant.
I mean,
was
I
brown.
noticed, like, I don't ever go near freezing, but like right around under 50 degrees, that they metabolically slow down a lot. I've grown it through the winter a couple times, and that's they got really purple, but they didn't really go very big, and they were like metabolically challenged. That's what I remember thinking. That's why I stopped doing it. It was just too cold. It was under 50 a lot, even in my area. But like you're saying, way colder than that. Yeah, I can't. Well, I guess if they're acclimated,
No, anything in that
goes from like warm to like freezing cold, and then they would have like 30-degree swings during that day.
Oh, for sure. Today was plus 19 here. The other night it was like I was telling you, -3, right? So that's a killer frost on most things now. But anything that can handle that, that's a great cultivar.
That's a good
for that.
Yeah.
Reason there, definitely. Of course, the purple's
more durable during the colder spurts.
In the ground. Oh, I think so. But I got a couple little Gary Paytons that there'd be about half of them couldn't take it, but about half of them could take it. Not even brown tops on them. They're a little closer to the house, but I was still surprised they took that frost in a small container. But the roots, everything. I got took 10 in re-veg, and they're all looking pretty good.
Gary Payton?
Well, Gary Payton BX with wedding cake or some bullshit. Hyrule genetics, man. I love that shit that guy makes. Hyrule. Recommended. Cheap seeds, man. Like I think $50 for like a 12 pack. And there's always more than 12 seeds. Or I think he said 6 seeds, but he always gives you like a 12 pack.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
It's always
can't call
what
Gary Payton no more. It's got to be called the GP. You hear that?
no. Someone got sued or something?
No, they can't name things after people no more or some shit.
Okay.
I do what I
Gary
want.
Payton was involved with that.
I do what I want.
Yeah, he's in a rap song with Burner talking about it. And it's like,
Yeah, I don't know. I just watched a video about it earlier.
Making up the politically correct bullshit. Who's the one that wakes up and goes, nope, not today. No more names.
Yeah. It probably gets into like some people's names are like registered as a brand.
Trademark,
basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
Martha Stewart Living.
And well, yeah. I guess Burner's in a deal, well, then he probably pays for the right to use the name. That's the idea, right?
I thought Gary Payton was dead.
No.
Well, but even if
not
it's like
dead. They could've just called it the
even
Glove,
then
but they
you
didn't.
have that's even when business gets weirder because it's the person can die, but then their thing is passed on as
their image is still
somebody
right.
Somebody
Right,
buys
they're
their,
still fighting
rights.
over Elvis's shit and who got what. And
was he a football quarterback?
Yeah, he was a basketball slam dunker.
Yeah, I thought he was
basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he played basketball. He was for the
Seattle Supersonics. Yeah. But he wasn't a dunker. He was like it's called the Glove because of his defensive skills, man. He could steal the balls a lot. Good point guard.
Man.
He liked to
does
steal the
that mean
balls,
that
right?
the genetics
Yeah, you like them
originated
handling
in the
balls.
Northwest, like Seattle area, Washington, is where the strain comes from because they named it after their favorite ball player?
Fucking doubt it.
Well, they had his face on the bag at first, the cookies brand, and shit, and they had it. And like they had to take his face off the bag and all that shit.
Why? Because the bud looked like his face? Why did they name it Gary Payton? He's asking.
I don't know.
The spitting image of him like a potato that looks like Abraham Lincoln.
Well, I would bet that he probably has deals with Nike and all these other long-term things, and those companies are weird. It would be like, oh wait,
no, he's retired. He's retired.
Well, that's
right.
You still get money with these companies, right? Like
Some do.
Some do. I think he's at that category where he's one of those.
Contract.
That's another thing that I posted the other day. Did you guys happen to watch that at all? It was a clip of Chappelle kind of talking about different shit. And he said in that video, he can't even do things. He thought about making another Chappelle show type show, but he can't by law do anything like that because
for like 10 years
own the rights to Dave Chappelle, and that would be infringing on the Dave Chappelle copyrights.
Yeah, dude, you just gotta do what Prince
He couldn't even
did.
be him fucking self.
Dude, that's what Prince
Because
did.
it
That's
was
why he
too
changed his name to a symbol.
Yeah.
Well, no, they owned his name, and
A lot
so
of
when
rappers
he
do that.
decided he didn't want to be with the record company, they said that's
Exactly.
great, but we
Yeah.
own your name, and so you're fucked.
A lot of rappers do that. That's why they switch their name. They're not Little no more, or they're not like whatever they were before. They switch their name a little bit.
Little no more.
Yeah, it's like Little Boosie or whatever. Like he was always independent, but like they put Little Bow Wow, then he's like Bow Wow after because he couldn't get out of his
Coming back
contract with
big
Little Bow Wow.
this time.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
20
then he
Cent
becomes-
turned into 50 Cent.
Yeah,
the,
then he
the
turned to 50.
absurdity of what we're talking about, though, is
But he's
kind of
independent
what
too, like with himself.
you know.
That's all independent shit too. Like, yeah.
Because let me tell you who makes out in all these conversations. It's a group of people called lawyers, right?
Yeah.
And they're motherfuckers, man. Like they are, all right? And most of the reason we can't do things that we used to do in life is because of fucking lawyers and people suing over bullshit and this, that, and the other. And once lawyers start chopping shit up, things get fucked up. That's just my take on it.
Make that.
And now in cannabis, we got a lot of lawyers. There's a whole sliver of the pie going to them.
Well, yeah, I mean, some of us sort of jumped onto that with this whole what we can give you our genetics, and then that would be our genetics or our copyrighted genetics, and then you'd have to pay me for using my genetics. You know, that was a whole.
Yeah, and then people explain, well, yeah, that's only going to hold up to who has the most money, because if there's a dispute, the whoever has enough money to take that dispute to its end is going to win.
Yeah,
right.
It's all about money. If you have enough money, you can do what the fuck you want. Ask OJ.
That's how the system is. So it won't be any different with this. So like, yeah, you have a dispute. Some big company took something that you thought was your genetics and you tried to battle them. Yeah. For the lawyers you went to visit would say, what, you got $5-10 million to take this to appeal court, whatever? And you'd be, no, well, don't waste your money, because they do.
You guys see Snoop Dogg and Master had a breakfast cereal, the Snoop Loops?
No, I didn't see that.
He came out. This is legit. They're coming out with a breakfast line, but it's Snoop Loops, and he already put a Z on the end. I was laughing because the cannabis industry knows motherfuckers are gonna put a Z on the end of that shit.
Well, if it works there, you might as well go for Gusco, because you'd make a hell of a lot more with a breakfast cereal than you will with a Mylar bag of cannabis with your face on it.
Well, I was just laughing because it's got the Z on the end already, and I was just laughing like right away. I was like, ah.
Dude, speaking of the lawsuits, the news is all about Elon Musk and Twitter. They're saying like Elon Musk is like a 40 chess player compared to the rest of us. And he already has it all worked out on how he's going to get out of the deal. He's going to lose $1 billion. And then in like 6 months, Twitter will be worth half what it is. And it'll offer him half of what he did the first time and still get him, is what someone was saying anyway.
Well, that's the thing. When you got that kind of money and that kind of gamemanship, like that's the way it starts to get played. And that's the thing, even when we talk about cannabis and all that, like, ultimately, that's the people that are behind all this investment money and Wall Street money and all those kind of players, people that think like that, right? So, yeah, don't take this shit at face value. Like even I was listening to someone else today, and they pointed out something that I always keep pointing out. In California, Prop 64 is 5 years old in January, so we're not even 5 years old, but we might as well be. It's close. Wow, man, they did a number in 5 years. They took something that was like pretty solid for 50 years I know of, and
we just missed 420.
Right? And who did what, how, what? Oh, yeah. Follow the money. That's who's behind all this weird shit that's going on, and how the whole industry's disrupted and collapsed. Same thing. Devalue it before you come and buy it.
Well, it was first started off with a huge over-evaluation, right? Just to get the markets going, right? Give these companies, oh, I'm a $50 billion company, motherfucker. Give me some money. Invest in us. Oh, all of a sudden, 8 years or 3 years later, they realized actually our income is it's not matching what our anticipation was, right? So there's no money in this shit.
But I know one thing, there's some heavy gamemanship once you get up there to what we call Wall Streeters. These guys aren't fucking stupid. They're educated in how to fucking work the system. And they do it over and over and over and over. And who pays for it? All the rest of us fools.
I'll tell you, that's why
a lot of people want to get rich.
That's why everything's so expensive in New York. You got these stupid ass rich motherfuckers, and quite a few of them that are just like, whatever. But
I don't know what that's not a millionaire anymore. You need to be like rolling with like 100 million to be rich, right? Or tens of millions at least.
Yeah, at least.
The average cost of a house up here is $800,000. $800,000. That's crazy.
That's average.
Yeah,
it's gonna go down.
I don't know what actually happened, but I thought I heard someone even on this show a few nights ago talking about how gas was like around $3. Yeah. We were in California, we have our own fucked up gas system here. We were down like around, I have to buy premium. So those are the numbers I know. $5.50 a gallon, just like a week ago, 10 days ago. Yeah, $6.99, back up to $7. And like, I don't know, maybe I need to turn on the news and have, or Google, because like, wait, what the fuck? Wait, it was going down. We were going down for a while, like a little.
OPEC,
and then
OPEC
somehow we got jacked back up to like some ridiculous price in like 1 week.
OPEC had a meeting, and Saudis are like, "Fuck you guys, we're taking 2 million barrels off the market every day."
Oh, is that what happened?
That might have been part of it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, that would do it. That would do it.
And we went and blew up a Russian pipeline and shit too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, guess who's paying for it? Us fools.
Yeah, but listen to me. That now, so the Fed's raising rates. You could get a mortgage for like 2.5% or 3% probably, like a year ago, and now it's like 7% right now, and it's not going to come down. It's probably going to go up. And what happens is, since you got to pay that extra interest, you can't afford that much of a house. So if you with 3%, you could buy a house for $1 million. When it goes up to 7%, you can only afford a $700,000 house. And
exactly.
What's going to be a whatchamacallit? Is it going to be a washout in the housing market? Give it a year or two.
No, I heard that, and then they were like, first we were talking, is this even inflation? Now they're saying 23 is like definite recession. Okay? When they say recession, holy shit, you better hang on tight, dude, because that's
it's going to be a depression.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we've got possible. Like 2009 looked like, oh shit, they really fucked up this time. But somehow they whatever they did,
fuck it up more.
Yeah.
And now it's like the worst.
How could you fuck it up more? We're gonna find out in a couple more months where they have to tell us.
Yeah, it is.
Because whatever one thing was, especially our whole thing. We stop everything for how many weeks? Like, did we stop the whole economy dead because of COVID, right? We like went months, didn't we? I forget, kind of like, I know that we were told to stay home, but like, how long did they actually stop all commerce? For a while. If you stop it for 1 minute, there's going to be a big ass
billions
ripple.
of loss. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So like, wait, when are we going to pay for that colossal fuck up or thing that happened?
You know what? Partly they did is they gave money to everybody.
That too.
And so listen, everybody's pockets were filled on this money they just took out of thin air. And
thin air.
That's what
thin air, right? It came out of thin air.
It did.
Yeah,
and that's how the prices are staying so high and inflation happened so greatly. These PPE loans, if the people were legit, man, they made out. Like I know a couple
I heard
dudes
that the shipping containers, this is how we gauge why it's going to be what it is. Shipping containers are down I think only 20% from what it was 1 year ago. Meaning that there's no shit coming. No one's buying anything. And that's what's telling them, oh, recession's coming because
Well, COVID scared a lot of companies and they purchased a whole bunch of shit because they wanted their coffers full. Now they have a lot of extra inventory that is going to start. I'm telling you,
just a little while ago, the shipping was so backed up that they were charging like 20 grand to put a container on a thing that used to cost like 8 grand, right? Or it was like jacking going on to even get shipping containers over here because it was a backlog. Now they're saying that they're like whatever percent below what they like, boats are empty.
Yep.
Hey guys, I'm gonna cut out. Peace.
Then the reality is you can't believe any of whatever. Who says
Peace,
whatever?
easy, modern.
Like,
Peace out, modern.
It's all a bunch of bullshit that whoever's saying whatever, see it to manipulate whatever. So like, who knows? Like, 80% of the shipping's down. You can't prove that, or maybe they can, but it's just bullshit.
Whatever.
Maybe we should face the fact that the only way for us to have a healthy economy here is that we manufacture and produce shit ourselves, no matter how painful it is to get there. Because as long as we just consume from everywhere else, we're fucked.
Yeah, that's what we were on the path for.
Yeah, I mean, and that's actually
last
the future of
administration.
cannabis, because ultimately it's going to get down to how much can you produce it per gram, and these other countries are going to say, yeah, 30 cents. We can send you weed for 30 cents a gram.
I
And
know
we're
the
gonna be,
globalist
we can't
movement
produce
is
it for
yeah,
less than
I don't
$2 a gram. We're America. We cost too much to do anything here.
Everything, yeah.
Right.
That's the
So,
excuse.
like, we're dependent on this supply of shit, and we just buy shit. We don't make anything anymore. Well, that's a losing proposition.
Mm-hmm. But we print the money of the world. That's the other problem.
Until our money's worthless,
Yep.
and then it's like, fuck your money.
Yep.
That's why I think they're on a bender to try to fucking make our money worthless. I think that's the purpose of the current administration. Trying to make our money worthless and make our country weak and fucking
listen, all this global
confused, and then it's.
I mean, I think China's main tactical thing. China wants the yen to be the most powerful money in the planet, right? That's their purpose, right? And we're trying to keep the dollar in its place. Well, if I had to bet, I'd fucking in a 20-year or 50-year run, I'd bet on the yen. I'm sorry, because like we're in debt to them.
The powers that be want a global fucking currency.
That too.
They want a digital global currency, and this way they can track every motherfucker on the planet. And if they want to put the fucking boot on your neck, it's easy.
Who's running this? It still has to be.
It's a consortium of all the countries is what it's going to be. It's like the UN. All those things are fucking evil, man. Anybody that listen, let me just get this out first though. Listen, anything that goes global, America is the one to lose, like because we're on the top right now. So if we start divvying up shit, like if we give any kind of powers or delete the American dollar or any kind of shit like that, like when the WHO wanted to, the WHO was trying to get countries to have them take over when a pandemic hit or something. Remember that a couple months ago? Yeah, if anything like that happens, we're the ones that end up losing.
Well, yeah, we're in a tight spot. That's for fucking sure. There's no solution. It's a fucking clusterfuck. And the more you even dig in, the more you realize how complicated it really is. Geopolitical politics, holy complicated. It's nothing simple. It's not like, oh yeah, just fix this little hole and it'll all get better. No, it's way fucked up more than that.
It is.
Well, it's fucked up because they don't have a list. They need one goddamn list. Start from the top. Whatever that number one issue is will be voted upon. Just start from that top, that number one thing. Just go from there. Concentrate on that now. Let's not jump around from little conference to this world conference and talk about what you're going to do for the environment and cut back on this. And in the future, 2029 or 2048, we're going to do something. 2058, we're going to concentrate on that. It's just delay tactics. Just concentrate on one goddamn thing. I'd be pretty happy with that government if they did that.
Well, and if you really said, what would that thing be? Like, I'd have to say,
of course,
the environment.
8,000 subjects.
There's no motherfucking environment. There's no more anything. And at the rate we're going, that's the number one priority. But hey, that's going to be that's going to take humans committing to a plan that probably is going to take 5 generations to see results. Right? So you're asking humans to say, yeah, we're going to sacrifice every fucking thing we're used to.
Dude, you know what would fix
for 100 years from now? There'll be a chance for people to live on the planet good.
Fuck the combustible
That's what I
engine.
think it comes down to, because at a certain point we sucked every resource off this planet at a rate that isn't replenishable, right?
All that shit don't matter, dude. Listen, the worst thing for the environment is plastic. If they cared about the environment, they would just outlaw plastic. Everything would get so much better. Fuck the combustible engine. Yeah. The way that we make plastic, you make stupid amount of smoke, and then it doesn't disappear. You hear all the stories. You see them all.
Most of the cars are plastic. like the
This
whole
shit's no
car's
good.
plastic at this point. The bumper, the
Maybe-
fucking interior pieces, everything.
Maybe you could have plastic, but maybe be the best goddamn plastic there is, and only one type. Why are there 49 different types? Yeah, I know it's a little bit, more flexible or whatever, but I'm sure there could be one type of plastic that's recyclable. That's the best one. Just use that one, or go back to glass and steel.
Glass.
Yeah, I don't know, but this thing
It's
is
a cannabis
feels like
plant.
plastic,
Cannabis
but it's a
plant.
scale that's 100% made of hemp,
There you go.
right?
That's what
And
Eagle
it's
was just gonna say.
plastic.
Yeah. Yep.
Right? It looks, feels, it's like a plastic, but I know because I bought it, it's 100% hemp. And I've had this thing for 10 years. It works good.
Model
Yeah.
T was made of.
Till you bang the shit out of it.
Well, but it's actually like
It works good. It's
No,
totally
durable
calibrated.
plastic, though.
Ford, there's videos of Ford hitting the fucking
And
hemp
if that's
roller,
truly
fucking
made
with a
by
sledgehammer.
mostly hemp, like, then how the hell isn't that something that's being done? Like with a crop you could grow renewably with very little water or anything. Yeah, that's what Jack Hare used to talk about for all the speeches I ever heard him talk. He would talk about industrial hemp. That was his thing.
It would fix everything, and then the greenhouse gases would be sucked up by the plants if they went
All
to
that.
industrial. Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the solution to every fucking thing, but it
Yeah,
would be
it would.
one thing. It would be one thing in a good direction.
Isn't it kind of because DuPont's, that's one of the like conspiracy
Mm-hmm.
theories with cannabis and whatnot, is that
Nylon.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
DuPont was threatened by a lot of the cannabis products. They're obviously chemical company, oil based, all that shit. So they were one of the ones that actually were, part of what was Easter Island meeting there that set cannabis fucking on the warpath there.
Yeah. Well, even at this point, these companies are afraid of losing even 0.1% of their growth. So if you brought cannabis even into pharmaceuticals, which there's place for, industrials, any other sector, these things would be threatened, because for them to be successful, they have to show growth every year. That's how a stock works, right?
Yeah,
So if
but
all of a sudden
buddy,
there was something eating at their,
they
even
buy-
if it was like, oh, the most cannabis or hemp could even do would be like 5% out of their bigger picture. Oh, they're not
They'll
giving up, not 1%. Okay.
they'll just buy the companies that do that 5%, and they're already starting. Like they say, Philip Morris owns a ton of land already, where they're going to end up growing pot on it eventually, and that GW Pharma, they got taken out by a company called Jazz Pharmaceuticals. I forget where they're located though, but yeah, them companies are just going to step in. They're
And that same
now.
company bought the other one called Canopy, okay, which was another pretty big thing that had John Boehner on the board, for God's sakes. And that for like at least almost 10 years, I know if he's a board member of Canopy. That's a cannabis stock that then got bought by Jazz or whoever. John Boehner was the Speaker of the House. There was that drunk dude that used to cry, and right? Is that whole thing, right? For that company to hire him and put him on the board is because there's something they think he's going to be able to do for them in the future, right? Who else could go down to talk to those old buddies on the fucking floor and lobby something through? John Boehner. And that's why all of a sudden he's a top member of a board of one of the biggest cannabis brands. Pretty ironic considering who that guy is and what side of the law or what he passed through Congress during his career. Holy shit.
Hey guys, it's my time. I'm gonna check out. It's been good though. Cool hanging with.
Cheers, Mr. Smiley.
Yeah, Smiley.
Peace out,
brother.
Smiley.
Yeah.
Cheers.
What do you got going on tomorrow? You hanging, or you want to get running?
We got to wind it up here pretty quick anyway. Yeah, I got to work in the morning.
All right, well, I'll follow Smiley out. Green Fingers, Buddy, Major, Cushmaster, everyone in chat. It's always good hanging out. Eagle, it's always fucking awesome fucking talking shit with Eagle.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're around more often lately. I'm glad I caught you. And yeah, hopefully you catch the next one.
Excellent.
All right. Peace out.
Scared the shit out of me.
All right, I'll be next. Gentlemen, I'll catch you on the next one. Eagle, appreciate you. Thanks for letting us all hang. Chat, everyone, good night. Peace and respect.
A good one.
Pop those seeds. Pop them seeds.
Yeah. Yeah, I will be, man. All right, good night, gents. Appreciate you.
All right, I'll take off next. Eagle, it's great that you're on, and thank you. And have a good work day tomorrow, and we'll see you around next time. Same with everyone else. And like Major says, pop more seeds, right?
Right on. Have a good day, brother. Thank you for popping
Yep.
in.
And usually that's not me. Usually that's fucking Green Fingers saying pop more seeds. And so now you're like, yeah, no, I was like,
I was gonna say, what the hell, bro?
I guess
like,
you're
it's
talking
not
about
like-
just the last moment when I was telling
I was gonna say,
fucking
I was gonna say you
Cushmaster.
say that. I was gonna say you say that, Major. When did you start saying that? But then he.
When you started saying it, that was my saying, fool.
Yeah, now you gotta say it. Go ahead, say it. Come on.
Remember, kids, kill an auto, never pop that seed. But if you're smart, get yourself a pack of regular for the majors. Yeah. All right, boys and girls. Till next time. Peace.
That was the best one.
Auto.
Peace.
Good auto.
All right, everybody. Go plant some seeds. Eagle, thank you for having us. I love looking at your big purple butt plug. It made my day. Thank you. Oh yeah, it's amazing. You touched it. That's all it. I'm gonna get that. That's gonna be my thumbnail now.
You're
You
gonna
touched the
clip
butt
that.
plug. It's gonna be the butt plug alone with your hand on it, behind it. Love you, brother.
Love
Have
you
a good
too.
day.
You too, brother.
All right.
Cheers. Well, with that being said, I am out of here. Thank you guys for hanging out. Man, we did run late. 444. Good catch. What angel number 444 here in Michigan. Good time, Dan. With that being said, if this is the end of your day, your journey, please get some rest. If this is the beginning of your day, look at that fucking gauge. This is the beginning of your day, your journey. Please take time out for a little bit of self-love, a little bit of meditation along the lines of your prosperous kickoff to the weekend. Please take time out to do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. I'm a living, breathing example of that. So easy to do. It doesn't have to be something monetary as long as it comes from the heart. Heartfelt check-in on somebody, maybe pass some nugs, a phone call to an old friend, family member, check in, smile, and how you doing to the cashier that's had a fucking shitty day, because whatever, people could be shitty. Helping an old person out with the door, carry some groceries, whatever. That being said, you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you guys this evening. With that being said, I love you guys. I am out of here.